Please caution that squeezing top end causes damage. Does that make any sense to you?
Welcome to this video. Hello everybody, it's Barry here. Hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another kitchen gadget testing video. Today is an individual kitchen gadget testing video. I have two different playlists, one where I bundle loads together and others where I do it where I feel like it justifies a video on its own. So don't forget to have a marathon. Check out the rest of those videos. There's so many at the end of this one. Today's gadget, this is the as seen on TV thing. I got this from AliExpress. It's like Alibaba, and it was £2. But that was just the shipping. It was like a flash sale that they had, and I feel like, do you know what? It justifies a video. It's a funnel bottle. Oh, there we go. That's what it's called. Bin. See? Bin. 8 tools, kitchen tool like bottle. The thing I love about this is it's actually just, that's the brand apart from bin, which is hopefully where this thing won't end up. It just says as seen on TV. It's generic. No one is putting their name to this. It's kind of mysterious in a way, but hopefully this gives you a good description of what it was going to do. It's got lots of different items there with a measuring cup at the bottom. You've got a lemon squeezer. There's a jar opener. One of them is supposed to be a cheese grater and a ginger or horseradish kind of grater too, which might be the same. And there's one little bit that I really liked. It says, please refer to the printed contents on the side of packaging box regarding more detailed instructions and notes for usage. And that's it. It all tells you is just how to wash it. It doesn't tell you how to use it other than these very small paragraphs, which are in really interesting English, which we'll come on to on every step. Hey, that's quite cool how that's stored. I like the colour scheme going on, very nice indeed. And yeah, that is, oh my gosh, that smells like a factory from another side of the world. But to be fair, compared to the box like that, I was like, wow, it's not going to fit much in there. That's actually quite a large size measuring cup. It's got milliliters on there, and that's pretty much what I'm after. And it's good for doing fluids because apparently this thing on the top will be a funnel as well. So let's measure something and see if that is accurate, because I've found things in the past where it says like 100 mil and it's not even right. I forget what it was now, but there was a gadget where my jug here, look at that. Can you see that? That was bang on 100 mils, and that is about, I don't know, 10% more. So it goes up to 300. I'll see if it goes, like, if it goes right to the top. All right, bang on 300. This is the sort of thing that you don't check. I reckon petrol pumps get away with this sort of stuff. Oh, look at that! That is nearly 300, like, yeah, it's going up 10% every time. A little bit worrying. I'm going to work my way up the ladder, and the next one up is utensil for taking yolk. We take the yolk. So in here it says it's orange. That must be that one down there. That is indeed orange. Hopefully it's color coded. Wow. Yeah, this feels so there. What? That isn't for taking a yolk, the orange one? This has to be the yolk one. So it says orange on here. It's orange on the packaging, but that is quite clearly an egg yolk separator, which, combined with measuring cup, it is used as a utensil for yolk. So this could be down to user error because my eggs are warm, and I always find that an egg yolk, when it's warm, doesn't always hold. It can kind of break, but there we go. We can't deny, well, we've no idea how much in mils of egg whites we've got. I've never really had to bother with that. I don't think we ever would. But that has held the yolk. Ah, that worked out pretty darn cracking. Bottle opener. It was red on here. It was rouge, but they've decided to go. Maybe they ran out a bit of red and it went a bit more pinky. This is a bottle opener. Well, if you can open a bottle with that, that would be amazing. This is actually described as opening a jam jar. It is used to open cover of jam jar. I like that, a nice cover, not the lid, the cover. With a firm seal capping. Sounded like firm seal clapping. By the way, this jumper is now available on my website. If you go to the shop, I'm selling them from our own website. All right, have a little look if you want. Embroidered, that is. It's nice. It's a bit wet, just like my bottom, but that's another story for Patreon Vlog Club. Notes after usage. Please don't use it because it becomes deteriorate. After wiping it with Mighty Bond, isn't that like an adhesive? And then it says petrol. And etc. Don't use it. If you break it, don't use it, but then clean it with petrol. Anyhow, let's see if we can make the bottle opener open a jar. I feel like this one's going to work. It's got like a sort of ribbed inner edge like that, okay? So we're just gonna grab it in there. Ooh, yeah, it feels all right. Ooh, yes. I can have pesto. Blooming love pesto. Red pepper pesto is my favourite if you ever see me. But this is the bottle opener official thing. Yeah, it's not a bottle opener. Oh my gosh, look, I'll try that wrap round thing again. Could really do with that right now. It's a jam jar opener, and you know what? It's flimsy, but that did actually help. And that some people that do struggle to open jam jars, there's much more high quality gadgets that basically do that purpose. I'm gonna cast that as a pass, just not for bottles. Next up, test number 4, the cheese grinder. Cut dry cheese very well using it. Please follow direction of arrow to triturate. Triturate? I have never heard that in my life.
Triturate.
Grind to a fine powder. Okay, I have never triturated my cheese before. But this should work. It looks like, oh, it's fairly robust. And if I just get my hand out of the way, you can see it is raining, not raining men like that song. It is raining grana padano. That is working quite well. We're triturating. We're going to class that as a pass. We now move on to the egg pulverizer. No, not the egg pulverizer, the egg pulverizator. I'm pretty certain that was someone's eyelash. It is used for triturating seasoning, such as ginger, horseradish, and etc. Now, I looked above, and the next one, which is the seasoning grinder, has exactly the same description. It is used for triturating seasoning such as ginger, horseradish, and etc. So, I think I'm going to boil an egg with one of my favourite kitchen gadgets, the Elvis egg timer, and pulverise an egg. Let's go for 2 eggs. It would be rude not to. Anyhow, whilst the egg is starting to boil, it gives me a chance to move on to the other grinder, which, as I said before, has exactly the same description, the seasoning grinder. It is used for triturating seasoning, such as ginger, horseradish, and etc. I've got some ginger. It is blooming weird looking thing, isn't it? It looks kind of like a disease in food form sometimes, ginger. But if you ever go to the supermarket and you're like, I don't need that much, just snap it off, because most of the time they just weigh it. I just bought this because I felt a bit sorry for it, really. It looks more like a cactus, doesn't it? Well, it's like a little character. That's the character from Flight of the Navigator, isn't it? That's a good film if you've not seen it, kids. But a nice little food hack for getting your peel off your ginger is using the back of the spoon and just scraping back like that, and it comes off really easy. That was one of the first food hacks we did, and absolute dream. But another way of doing it is, say you get like a bumpy ridge on there like that. If you just cut flush, you get that nice smooth edge, so you can just kind of get a lovely sort of rectangular piece with all of the bits off. And that is a nice big old wedge of ginger for us to grate. Are you going to work? Yes, you are. Okay, I was going to say at first, there's not much happening. It does feel like it wants to break it though. But, with a little bit of elbow grease, you can see that that is really working that away. Look at all of that, and it's collected it around the ridge of the lid. That's really good. Oh, why? Wow, it's really like, yeah, it's made me go, yeah. Well, that worked. Viva Las Vegas, soft boiled. Right, we will now move on to this. It's a lemon squeezer, that should be okay. Thank you, Elvis. But this should actually work quite well. Straight in. Oh, it feels like it wants to break. It feels like that's gonna bow and this is gonna crack, but no, that's actually really good. I can work it all the way around there and almost completely shell it. Look at that. Awesome. So it will lime. Will it lemon? Yep, that again, you get through that initial toughness with the rind. Will it orange? Ooh, quite a few pips there. Let's see what happens. By getting the angle on it and then squeezing it, you're slowly making it smaller to grip around there. This is catching pulp, flesh, seeds. Getting quite a collection there. Last up, will it red grapefruit? Now, this is bigger than the lid. So we're gonna probably go in at first at an angle there. Oh, it's just squirted me, brilliant. Let's just, my egg's ready, hang on. We'll just keep going like this. Try and, oh no, I don't know if it's designed for this. But, as you can see, I've got hardly any on my chopping board, which is amazing. Will it red watermelon? By golly, yes it will. And all the flesh in there, the pips collected. Probably stopped a little bit of juice coming through. But there we go. Let's give this a try. It's got to be better than the ginger, right? Oh! Oh! But as my dentist always says, everything tastes better with a little bit of sugar. Teaspoon of sugar, dissolve that in, and I think even just that, oh, that is naughty. And most importantly, there's not a pip or anything else in there. That actually worked a charm. All right, so the eggs are done, nice cold water. We don't want them exploding. But what we'll do, whilst those eggs are cooling down, we will work on a funnel. How can I test a funnel?
When using utensil for breaking eggs, crush food material by back of soup ladle. Please caution that squeezing top end causes damage. Does that make any sense to you?
Welcome to this video. We've got our citrus juice back in there. And there is this sort of like cap on it, okay? I'm gonna take that out just to show you that you, oh, hopefully, is that locked in? Yes. Please don't spill. It's spilling a little bit. It is relatively convenient to use powdered substance.
Okay.
What does that mean? And combined with measuring cup used as a little vase, as an open mouth is relatively spacious. What? That's just a fact. An open mouth is actually quite spacious, yes, if you leave it open. How does that do with a funnel? Install this fitting to the front end of the funnel for usage before funnel fails to enter front end of bottle. What?
Well, you can use it as just a vase.
Oh, yeah, you can. Is that what it is? It's just a vase.
Put one single
Look at the
little
flower on it. That's amazing. We can actually try and grow a flower with our citrus juice. Yeah, if we stick that like that, you've got like a pouring nozzle, so that's going to be fine. But they're saying to put it in this way. Oh, that's more controlled. Okay, yeah, because it gets to that and it just sits there. It's nuts. Look.
Each time it's getting less and less.
You're running out. It's just all going. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think for that one, that's a fail.
Yeah.
But stick a flower in it. There we go. So the vessel's going to go on the bottom and hopefully collect our egg. Ladle is ready. Do you want to have a go?
Okay, you put it on there.
Yeah, and just mash it down. Shall I hold there? Or do you want to do it on your own first? Because you've got to imagine it's just you. Oh, it stinks. Yeah? Yeah.
Can I use my hand?
Yeah, because it's rounded, so the ladle can get around all those corners.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
hold
that's
that.
a good point.
Oh, look at the little droplets of egg coming through. They're like little chicks. Sorry, vegans.
I see why a ladle now.
Yeah,
Why can't you just do it like that?
Yeah, well, you could do that, couldn't you? That was what I was going to do. But luckily, you read the amazing English on the packaging, and now you're using your hands instead of the ladle. But I guess it gets to a certain degree where you want the roundedness of the ladle to be able to get right in those corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, our ladle is not perfectly rounded, is it? That's the only thing. But like with an ice cream scoop. Oh gosh.
It's strange. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't.
Oh, you know, as weird as this looks, when this video is finished, Mrs. B is going to want this in a sandwich.
Maybe.
I would never pick an egg sandwich if I had to have anything though. It's not my desert island sandwich, you know?
No, I don't know. I go through phases.
She does.
I remember, yeah, just go through phases.
Come on, you're about to tell a story about an egg sandwich then. I remember.
I was, and then I thought people probably don't want to hear.
I'm sure they'd love to hear your egg sandwich story, Mrs.
When I was
B.
in labour with Chloe and I was really hungry, and the nurse went, I can go get you a sandwich, there might not be much left now. Is there anything you don't want? And I went, no, I don't mind. And then she brought back an egg sandwich and I went, I don't like egg sandwiches.
What? So was it Chloe's childbirth that's turned you to liking egg sandwiches?
No, I like egg sandwiches.
Well, there we go. That is one incentive for having a child, folks.
But I didn't eat it. I sent her back to get me another one.
There we go. The 8-in-1 bin that cost me less than the fruit in this video. Well, folks, what do I have to say? It's called the bin, and maybe it should end up in the bin. I am convinced it is not food-safe plastic. It doesn't feel like it's got the coating. It is strong enough, it's held its own, but it feels more like the sort of thing that I would give to Phoebe and Chloe and be like, Daddy got you plastic bottle. If you've missed any of the Kitchen Gadget videos, don't forget to put on your sweatband now and check out the rest of the playlist or any other videos here on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed with the notifications turned on so you are aware of all new uploads. And if you've seen any of the cool gadgets that I haven't reviewed, unlikely that I haven't and they're not in my garage, but do let me know down below or on your social media of choice. But what can I say? I mean, it kind of worked. And to be fair, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever reviewed, like for a lot less money.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all three.
Today's video was brought to you by the word triturating.